Welcome to Low Key. This is a service of recovery from St. Luke's United Methodist Church in Shreveport, Louisiana. We are so glad that you can be here with us tonight. We are thrilled to welcome Buddy Flett and Shawn Stroope, and they'll be providing the music. We hope that while you are home, you can be with us and that we will be sequestered together. And hope that this is an opportunity for you to relax, enjoy this music, and share in the gratitude that we all have for the wonderful gift that God has given of a good and sober life. So, welcome to Low Key.
I'm sorry. Eddie Collins, B flat. Okay, gospel song. I'm a losing boy since my baby left me. The lovesick blue, all I can do is marry. Hey, my baby, don't mean maybe. I guess I'm a losing boy. I'm through with romance. I've given up on love. I'm leaving you, darling, and all the stars up above. I've had my baby, I don't mean maybe. I guess I'm a losing boy. You don't know what that woman done to me. If you did, you said, Eddie, you have my sympathy. I'm like Richard. Lord, I guess I was born to lose. I'm a losing boy. I lost to you. Oh. Yeah, through with romance. I've given up on love. I'm leaving you, darling, and all the stars up above. I've got my baby, but I don't mean maybe. I guess I'm a losing boy. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Forgot the intro.
All right. Thank you, Buddy. Thank you, Shawn. Buddy, I'm just going to ask you, if you will, this experience for me when you play is always, as I describe it, both inspirational and educational. And so if you would be kind enough, because we are doing this in a different way, say a word about the songs which you're going to play tonight as you begin each one, just so that we who are listening and we have a little bit of that lagniappe of your experience and your knowledge about the music that you play. So if you would do that for us, I would greatly appreciate it.
And if I can't remember, I'll just lie.
Just make something up. Nobody will know the difference. I hope you've had a chance to run to the kitchen, get what you need to munch on and sip on while we're at low key tonight. It's, typically we have snacks, and we like to share that as a part of our fellowship time together. So we hope that you're able to do that on your own. So if you haven't, go now, because you can probably ignore what it is I've got to say for the next minute. Yeah. All right. So there's laughter in the house. Tonight we are we're grateful to have Buddy and Shawn sharing the music. We're also taking a look, as we always do, at one of the steps, one of the 12 steps of recovery, and tonight is step 11, and we will pay attention to that for a minute and take a look at the spiritual dimension of that step and the place that it has for us in our sober living. I do want to ask you, if you would, if you are so inclined, this is just something that we do every week. Typically, we pass the baskets and we give everybody an opportunity to contribute to support the work of Low Key and this aspect of our recovery ministry. And if you would like to contribute, there are a couple of ways you can do it. The easy online way is to go to our webpage, which is stluke'sumc.community. That is the St. Luke's website, and on that website there is a donate button. You can do it on the main page, or you can go to the recovery ministry page. There's a donate button in both places. If you make a donation that way, please be sure to put in the memo or note line that this is for Low Key. Again, we're grateful for whatever way you can support. If you cannot support us financially, if you support us by sharing, by being present, by praying with us and for us, that is a tremendous amount of support. So thank you for being with us, and I hope that you enjoy the evening. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, now tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Call him up, tell him what you want. If you're sick and you want to get well, tell him what you want. If you're sick, you want to get well, just tell him what you want. If you're sick, you want to get well, tell him what you want. Call him up, tell him what you want. Buddy, you tell him. Just tell him what you want. If you've got a problem, we just tell him what you want. If you've got a problem, we'll just tell him what you want. Call him up, tell him what you want. The line ain't never busy, you can busy, so just tell him what you want. The line ain't never busy. Tell him what you want. Call him up, tell him what you want. This is a sing-along verse, come on. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on the main line, tell him what you want. Well, call him up, tell him what you want. Take us out of here.
Yeah, call him up.
Tell him what you want. Call him up. Tell him
What you want.
All right. Thank you.
All right, let's do. No, I ain't going down that road of love by myself. No, I ain't going down that road of love by myself. You don't go with me, baby, somebody else. Oh, baby, walking hand in hand. Baby, baby, walking hand in hand. Be my little woman, I'll be your man. Yeah. Walking hand in hand. Baby, baby, walking hand in hand. Be my little woman, man. That was recorded in Muscle Shoals. That's I can't remember that guy's name. He had a couple R&B songs, and that's Dwayne Allman's. That's his lick, and my version of that is, and that's what I started playing. That's me and the Egan song.
Okay.
Yeah, it's,
you and Dave tried that.
yeah, we wrote that, and I think, I don't know where we were. There was a lot of coffee and a lot of line, trying to improve the story.
There you go.
That's what I was playing. Sorry, I got.
No,
Turn
that's
around.
fine. Thanks for sharing that. Tonight we're taking a look at step 11. Step 11 in the 12 steps says, sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Again, this is one of those all-day, everyday steps. Step 11 is the step, obviously, that comes after we have done the work. 4 and 5, 6 and 7, 8 and 9, that works to clean up our past and to make peace with ourselves, with God, and with all those that we know. And step 11 is that place where we are given instruction in the big book of a daily practice. It's something that we do every day. And my experience with it has been that it's not just an occasion. It certainly starts in the morning. Many of us have been told by our sponsors the very first thing. The first thing we were told to do before anything else was, when you wake up in the morning, get on your knees and ask God to remove the obsession to drink or to use, and to give you what you need that day to stay clean and sober. It's a simple prayer asking for help. It's something we do not because it makes sense, but because we're told to do it. And it is, as it was for me, the first new experience of a God that I had only spent an awful lot of time thinking about. Because the awareness that came, the experience that came, day after day, week after week, ultimately month after month and years, God answered that prayer. God answered that prayer, and there is throughout the steps prayers that we are given. We are instructed to pray. We know perhaps most clearly the third step prayer, which is that prayer of surrender, asking to be freed from the bondage to self, that we might be useful to God. We know that when we pray the seventh prayer, again, it is to be willing to have God remove all that is in us that blocks our usefulness to God and to our fellows. There is, if you see in all of our prayer, God has an ulterior motive. And God's ulterior motive is to claim us as the gifts that we are, so that God can use us to be the instruments of grace that God needs. Because God can't do anything in this world without instruments, servants that are surrendered and available. We are God's tools. I'll use my metaphor of the day because I have spent a lot of time preaching and teaching. I've had the occasion to reflect and to understand that when I'm at my best, I'm Dave Brubeck's piano, which means I have to show up, I have to be on stage, and I have to be in tune. And then it's up to the master. It's up to the master to do what the master will, to play what the master will play. That's not up to the instrument. And that kind of sums up for me my experience of step 11. That if I show up and I have spent the time doing the step work, if I have spent the time praying and listening, then I am in tune. I am spiritually fit to be used by God, and I have no idea how that might be. And that's the reason that step 11 includes praying only for knowledge of God's will for us. I don't need to know God's will for somebody else. That's between that person and God. What is God's will for me? And do I have, yes, with God's help, the power to carry that out? The spiritual principle of this step is patience. And that's probably a good thing for us to consider tonight in the midst of our stay-at-home discipline, our being socially distant and separate from one another, being as compulsed as I often am to do something. If I don't know what to do, I am inclined to do something even if it's wrong. And the discipline of this step and the principle of patience suggests that if I am asking for knowledge of God's will, and if I am listening for it, if I don't get an answer, then it's best for me to do nothing and keep listening. That puts me in mind of a different way in which I have had the opportunity to look at our stay-at-home order and our social distancing, the fact that we are being more at home. There is in the Hebrew Scriptures an instruction to remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. It's 1 out of 7. God's suggestion was that that's not too much. 6 days you can labor, make your bread, and on the 7th day, honor the rest and the refreshment of life. We didn't ask for this, but it is, in my thinking, for me, it's a Sabbath. And I can best spend this time the way I would spend Sabbath time. In the law of Moses, even the ground was given a Sabbath. You plowed a field for 6 years, and on the 7th year, you let it lie fallow. You let it rest. You let it refresh and recover. I can do that. And I may not want to, but it is a gift to me, and if I will listen, then the question that I need to ask is, what is God's will for me? What is God's desire for these days where I have time? Where I have time without an agenda? Where I have time without a deadline? I can ask and I can listen, and if I do so patiently, God has been faithful to bless me in ways that I hadn't imagined. So that's about all I know about Step 11. I just want to encourage it as one of those everyday, all-day steps that we can practice, and practice it with that principle and that virtue of patience, to seek through prayer and meditation, whatever that looks like, in whatever form it takes, to improve my conscious contact with God as I experience God, asking only for knowledge of God's will for me and the power then to carry that out, that I can be not just Dave Brubeck's piano, but that I may be God's instrument. Thank you.
All right, this is a song I wrote. You Cry? Here's one that Percy Sledge did. Yeah, they don't come cheap when they look like that, but they're so hard to keep when they move so fast. Sooner that it's all for the best. Put the past behind and the hurt to rest, but first you cry, but then you sigh. But somebody lie, you can't run and hide. Don't be so sad. Ain't so bad, but you'll get by. But first you cry. But Candy Mountain, but streets of gold. But oh, the promises, how they just turn cold. The sun will shine, there'll be warmer days, you'll be feeling fine. Just get up and walk away, but first you cry. But then you sigh. But somebody lied, and you can't run and hide. Don't be so sad. Ain't so bad, but you get by. But first you cry. But don't look back. There's nothing to gain. Can't have happiness without a little rain. First you cry, but then you sigh. But somebody lied. You can't run and hide. Don't be so sad. Ain't so bad, but you get by. But first you cry. That's a little song that David Egan and I wrote. That's the first song we ever wrote together. And it got recorded by Percy Sledge. It was on a couple of movies. And it was when he was in Band of Gold, they were playing the Jazz Fest. And they do that song, First You Cry, with Egan singing it. And that was on that, what was that show about New Orleans that guy did? Yeah, it's on that. They're in the back, walking out of the Jazz Fest, and Band of Love is they're playing, and Egan's singing it, and Egan, he's got that big old voice. His head's about that big, so that's where it comes from. All right, and now we're going to do this is an old Mississippi thing. Parchment Farm in A. I'm sitting over here in a Parchment Farm. I'm sitting over here in a Parchment Farm. I'm sitting over here in a Parchment Farm. Ain't never done no man wrong. I guess I'll be here the rest of my life. I guess I'll be here the rest of my life. I guess I'll be here the rest of my life. All I did was shoot my wife. That cotton in the 11-foot sack. I'm toting that cotton in a 11-foot sack. I'm toting that cotton in a 11-foot sack. 12-gauge shotgun out my back. The Parchment Farm. Parchment Farm, Parchment Farm, Parchment Farm. Parchment Farm. That was the prison in Mississippi that had that movie made about it, where they killed all those people and buried them in those little graves, and you couldn't hardly find them because the coffins were only about that big. They would kind of cut them in half and stick them. Pretty rough time, baby. I don't think I would have lasted too long in that. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, let's do, we're going to do a Lead Belly song because my other guitar is not acting correct. So we'll do this in C. Is that all right? This is the first song you learn in the first grade. Or if you went to AC Steer, it is the first song they taught us. What was that lady that played piano and taught everybody these songs? Oh, it was great. She was great. Oh, I can't believe I can't remember her name. This is when I need my brother. He can remember everything. He took better care of himself. But they had that little piano, and oh man, it was cool. They would put us all in the little, and if you've ever been in that AC theater, it's about the size of this, and it's all wood, and it just is an unbelievable sound, you know. I mean, you can hear the floors of people. It was really great. It was a great place to go and sing along with this old lady playing piano. You wanna come on me, Rosie? Yeah, what do you know? Tell them how to apron in the dress she wore. Red on the shoulder, baby in the hair. Straight to the captain, to lose my man. Let a midnight special shine a light on me. Midnight special shine a light on me. Well, get up in the morning, hear the jingle bell ring, talking to the table, ain't damn thing. No coffee on the table, no sugar in the can. Say a word about it, you go straight to the man. Let a midnight special shine a light on me. Let a midnight special shine a light on me. You ever go to Houston? Well, better walk a ride. You better not stagger. Girl, you better not fight. Parker will rail, carry you down. Bet your bottom dollar that your sugar lamb bound. Midnight special, shine a light on me. Let a midnight special shine a light on me. Oh, here comes that train. I don't know about that. I don't know. Think how many people have done that song, you know. Well, they might have gone to someplace just as cool. Although I doubt that very possible. I doubt that. I doubt that. You want to try this other guitar, see if it wants to work now? Let's try it. And so, we're trying to play the song that made me some money because I got to do this on Kenny Wayne's 10 Days Out. And we were playing at the Lead Belly Gray, playing this song. And he was real good to me. He put about 3 songs of mine on those 2 albums. Yeah, I'm ready for him to do a couple more, but he's writing so good himself, he don't need anything else. Okay, this is Old Honky Tonk Now. Let's see what happens. When I felt the sound, I was a child. Beat of the drum allowed to drive me wild. Sound was coming across the track. Went on over and I never looked back. Yeah, the preacher taught him, Daddy taught me, singing blues in a honky-tonk key. Well, turn up the singer on the cell. Guitar man got the bills free tone. Girls up front and back, oh man, mom. Oh, what a night to go home alone. Yeah, the preacher taught him, Daddy taught me, sing the blues and a honky-tonk key. Y'all give it up for Shawn over here. Having to follow me is no walk in the park, let me tell you. I haven't gotten one of these things right. It doesn't really bother him because, a new original. Oh, is that where he wants to go? Okay, we're going to do where he gets to play the lead in this. This is an old Rolling Stones song. It's actually the Beatles wrote this for this. This was their first hit. I'm free. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure, but, you know, Brian knew a little about open tunings. And it sure does sound like somebody's playing open tune, but they were such good rhythm players. I thought that was my favorite two guitar players at that time. You know, I thought that was just about as cool as it could be, you know. Okay, so here we go. Well, I'm free in all time to get what I want. Well, I'm free in all time to get what I want. Love me, oh me, oh me, love me, oh baby, I'm free in all time to get what I want. Well, I'm free to sing my song, though it gets out of time. Well, I'm free to sing my song, though it gets out of time. Love me, oh me, love me, baby, I'm free at all time. Get what I want, yeah. You want to do that again? Yeah, love me, oh me, love me, oh me, 'cause baby I'm free at all time to get what I want, yeah, to get what I want. Yeah, I like that. I thought that worked great in that thing. Okay, let me see what we're doing now. Oh, you want me to? Do I have time to tune? Okay, let's do these other ones. And although, no, that's the other tuning. What am I thinking? Now, the Rolling Stones is the guy that ruined me and my brother. We were going to be normal people, and here come, we went to First Methodist. We were good people. And here comes these little punks, and they're just about as cool as they can be, and they can play like black guys, which we were just, in our, KOKA, we were just, oh, man. And so that kind of messed us up a little bit, in a good way. But, when you're 13 and Keith Richards is your hero, you're kind of in a lot of trouble. Keith is finally starting to show his what he did to himself. Yeah, no, man, they dress him up real cool and everything. But Ronnie Wood's doing all the guitar now, Keith is just kind of like, yeah, man, that sounds good. But just amazing that the guy's still alive, And, man, I would love to go see him one more time, but I don't know if Keith can do it. I'm sure he would die on stage. That'd be fine with him. He don't care. Okay, now we're going to do a song now that me and Egan wrote. It's called Good to You, Baby. Tab Benoit did a real good version of it. And that little girl that I do not remember her name, she did a good version of it. It's a cool little song, and it's I would call up Egan because I was still living in Nashville, and I was saying, well, we're headed down there. You want me to stay and drive to Lafayette? Yeah, come on, man. And we'd sit there and drink a lot of coffee and drive around in our cars and play things to each other and kind of sing things to each other and try to get the next sentence. It was real calming, He was a real poet too. He could figure out that sometimes there's this one song that we did, 4 verses, 2 bridges. What the heck? It's an R&B song. Give me a break. It's not a Bob Dylan song. It's an R&B song. Man, nobody's going to remember those words. It's a good song, though. But now don't waste your time calling me tomorrow. When you wake up, I'll be gone. You laughed about my dream, shut out about my loving. You so smile. You don't know nothing. I was good to you, baby. You found out Sunday, maybe. Just might drive you crazy. Good to you, baby. Now don't be telling me you got no warning. I did everything but I write it down. You thought you had it made. Surprise, surprise. Turn around. You gonna realize I was good to you, baby. You find out something, maybe, just might drive you crazy. Good to you, baby. Hard one to learn, well known that you can't love nobody good to you, baby. You find out something, baby, just might drive you crazy. Good to you, baby. I was good to you, baby. You find out something, maybe, just might drive you crazy. Good to you, baby. That doesn't make sense through the whole road. But yeah. And I've never played at the same time, ever.
You never played it. What?
That last song, it makes no sense mathematically anyway, but then the way I play it is probably a little different every time. So it's kind of, you got to have a real good ear to even attempt that song. He did great.
So did you.
Well, I mean, golly, I wrote the thing, you know. Although I have to say, I did have to practice with this one. And you saw what that sounded like. I mean, I went, whoa, I forgot the bridge, you know.
I didn't notice that.
Well, I had to think real hard, which is not good for me.
Oh, buddy, thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Just special thanks to Buddy and to Shawn. And I haven't said it yet, but it can't go not said. Gregory is the magician that makes the electrons and the digits go where they go in a way that makes this happen. So, you don't get to see his face when he can put up the little graphic with his name on it. So Gregg, you need to make a graphic with whatever logo you want on it that says "Sound by," okay? And because we definitely want to be sure that you get credit for the awesome work that you do. Those of you that have to go somewhere, you're free to leave. because I know it's 7 o'clock. But one of the good things is that we don't have to put quarters in the meter to run this thing. So thanks, Buddy and Shawn. If y'all will hang around for a minute, I'd like for us to do our, primarily, I mean, after all, we are taking a look at step 11 tonight, and I want to be sure that we take the opportunity to spend a moment in prayer and meditation, and ask for that improved conscious contact with the God that continues to bless us in ways that are both profound and mysterious. A lot of God's blessings sneak up on me, and it's only when I look back do I recognize just how eloquent and perfect that gift was. So we take just a few moments, and in the silence we sit and we lift our spirits. I want to invite you to lift yours with all the folks that are listening to this and the folks who will listen to it. The good news is that this stays on our Facebook page, and others can come and listen and share, and they will, I hope, have you, those of you that are listening at a later time than the live feed. I hope this is a blessing to you. But we do take just a minute, and we spend it in silence, so that whatever is in us and whatever is on us, even if we can't put it into words, we can lift it, and we lift it all together. That's part of the wonder of living in paradox, that while we are all where we are able to be together, and we're able to be together in spirit. So for a few moments of silence, lift whatever is on your heart, and especially I ask that you remember those that have no one to pray for them. There are those that are for whom alone time is nothing new. In fact, it is their life, so much so that they do not get the benefit of all that we share. So lift up those that have no one to pray for them, so that they too are not left out, and that by our prayers they may be blessed, and that we may be channels of God's grace in whatever way God can make happen. And after a few moments of silence, I will say the serenity prayer, and where you are, I invite you to say it with me if you desire. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thy will, not mine, be done. Thank you again for sharing another day in Paradox, where every day is a holiday and every meal is a feast. We are so glad that Buddy and Shawn are here to provide the soundtrack. And
With Shawn. With Shawn.
Didn't I say Shawn?
Oh, did I? Oh, sorry.
Shawn.
I always get in the way.
No, you don't. No, you don't. So I'm going to ask them to play one more song.
Okay.
But before is that okay?
Oh, fine. No, we got one.
Good.
Mississippi Sea?
And what we'll do is, I want to go ahead and offer this blessing. And this will be the last spoken word. And after they finish this song, we'll fade to black. But this is the blessing that I want to offer you in this Sabbath time, in this season where the virtue of patience is pressed and stressed and required of us, if you will. May God bless you with discomfort. Discomfort with easy answers, half-truths, superficial relationships, so that you may live deeply from the heart to change the things about yourself that you can. And may God bless you with anger, not resentment. Anger at injustice and oppression and the exploitation of people, so that you will be willing to work for justice, for freedom, for peace, to change the things in this world that we can change together. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who mourn and grieve, so that you will reach out your hand and your heart to them and share their mourning, which we cannot change, but which God may turn into joy. And may God bless you with just enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in this world, so that you will do those things that others say cannot be done. And may these blessings of joy, of God, bring you joy. Amen.
Daddy was a working man, reason gotten in the dirty land. 40 acres was his to have. Daddy was a working man. Working hard on the farm, watching and wishing for rain, hoping and praying that the last year's stop just sin and shame, just sin and shame. Said so down an old King Cow, but I'm free. I've been told there's a hole in the bottom of the Mississippi Sea. I was raised by a wise old man. Words to me were true. Don't follow the plan, where's the blue? Man, it follows a mule. Man, it follows a mule. Said so down the old King Cow, but I'm free. I've been told there's a Says so down the old King County, better out for free. I've been told there's a hole in the bottom of the Mississippi Sea.